Sun-dried tomatoes, with their intense flavor and chewy texture, have long been cherished in Mediterranean cuisine. But beyond tossing them in pasta or sprinkling them over salads, these little gems hold the potential to completely transform your everyday cooking. Today, we're exploring sun-dried tomato recipes you never knew existed, creative dishes that showcase just how versatile and bold this ingredient can be. Let's start the journey with a surprising twist: sun-dried tomato breakfast muffins. Imagine waking up to the aroma of savory muffins, warm from the oven, each bite bursting with tangy, sun-dried tomatoes, creamy feta, and fresh spinach. To create these, begin by whisking eggs, a splash of milk, and a touch of olive oil together. Fold in chopped sun-dried tomatoes, crumbled feta, and baby spinach. Pour the mixture into muffin tins and bake until golden. These muffins make a portable, protein-packed breakfast or a midday snack that skips the monotony of sweets. Next, let's reimagine the classic hummus. Instead of the standard chickpea spread, try a sun-dried tomato and white bean hummus. Blend cannellini beans with garlic, lemon juice, olive oil, and a handful of sun-dried tomatoes. The result is a creamy, zesty dip, perfect for veggies, crackers, or as a spread on sandwiches. The sun-dried tomatoes infuse the hummus with a rich umami depth, turning an everyday dip into something unforgettable. For lunch, consider a sun-dried tomato and basil grilled cheese. This is not your childhood grilled cheese, but a grown-up version that layers mozzarella, fresh basil leaves, and thinly sliced sun-dried tomatoes between hearty slices of sourdough. Butter the bread, grill until the cheese oozes and the bread is crisp, and savor the burst of flavor with every bite. Pair with a cup of tomato soup for a comforting meal that feels both classic and novel. Moving into the world of salads, sun-dried tomatoes revolutionize grain bowls. Start with cooked farro or quinoa, then add roasted vegetables like zucchini, red pepper, and eggplant. Toss in chopped sun-dried tomatoes, crumbled goat cheese, and a handful of arugula. Drizzle with a balsamic vinaigrette, and you have a Mediterranean-inspired grain bowl that's hearty, healthy, and bursting with flavor. Now let's venture into dinner territory with sun-dried tomato-stuffed chicken breasts. Slice a pocket into each chicken breast and fill it with a mixture of chopped sun-dried tomatoes, garlic, spinach, and mozzarella. Secure with toothpicks and sear in a hot pan before finishing in the oven. The result is a juicy, flavorful chicken dish with a savory filling that melts in your mouth. Serve alongside roasted potatoes or a fresh salad for a meal that's sure to impress. If you're in the mood for something lighter, try a sun-dried tomato and avocado toast. Mash ripe avocado onto toasted multigrain bread. Sprinkle with sea salt and cracked pepper, then top with sliced sun-dried tomatoes and a drizzle of olive oil. Add a few fresh basil leaves for brightness. The sun-dried tomatoes add a tangy, sweet complexity that elevates this simple snack to something special. For pasta lovers, think beyond the usual tomato sauce. Whip up a sun-dried tomato pesto by blending together sun-dried tomatoes, fresh basil, toasted pine nuts, Parmesan cheese, garlic, and olive oil. Toss with hot pasta for a sauce that clings to every noodle, delivering a punch of flavor in every forkful. It's also fantastic as a spread on sandwiches or as a drizzle over grilled vegetables. Speaking of spreads, sun-dried tomato tapenade is a game-changer for appetizers. Combine sun-dried tomatoes, Kalamata olives, capers, garlic, and olive oil in a food processor for a savory tapenade that's perfect on crostini or paired with soft cheeses. The intense flavors make it ideal for entertaining. Just add a glass of wine and your favorite crackers. For an unexpected twist, sun-dried tomatoes can even find their way into a savory bread. Try a sun-dried tomato and rosemary focaccia. Mix chopped sun-dried tomatoes and fresh rosemary into your dough before baking. As the bread rises and bakes, the tomatoes infuse the loaf with bursts of flavor, while the rosemary adds an aromatic finish. Serve warm, dipped in olive oil and balsamic vinegar for an irresistible treat. If you're hosting brunch or a light lunch, consider a sun-dried tomato and goat cheese tart. Use puff pastry as your base, and top with a mixture of creamy goat cheese, chopped sun-dried tomatoes, caramelized onions, and fresh thyme. Bake until the pastry is crisp and golden. The combination of tangy cheese, sweet onions, and savory tomatoes creates a harmonious and elegant dish that's sure to become a favorite. Sun-dried tomatoes also shine in global cuisines. Take, for example, a Moroccan-inspired couscous salad. Fluff cooked couscous with a fork, then add diced sun-dried tomatoes, diced cucumbers, chopped mint and parsley, toasted almonds, and a squeeze of lemon. The sun-dried tomatoes provide a chewy, sweet tart bite that balances the freshness of the herbs and the crunch of the nuts. For those who love pizza, try a sun-dried tomato and artichoke pizza. Spread a thin layer of tomato sauce on your pizza dough, top with mozzarella, chopped sun-dried tomatoes, marinated artichoke hearts, and a sprinkle of feta. Bake until bubbly and golden. The sun-dried tomatoes add little pockets of intense flavor that complement the briny artichokes and creamy cheese. If you're looking to add depth to soups and stews, sun-dried tomatoes are your secret weapon. In a white bean and kale soup, for instance, sauté onions, garlic, and celery. Then add vegetable broth, white beans, chopped sun-dried tomatoes, and kale. Simmer until the flavors meld together. The sun-dried tomatoes add a layer of richness and tang that takes the soup from ordinary to extraordinary. For a fun and unexpected appetizer, try sun-dried tomato deviled eggs. Mash the yolks with mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, finely chopped sun-dried tomatoes, and fresh chives. Pipe or spoon the filling back into the egg whites and garnish with a sliver of sun-dried tomato and a sprinkle of smoked paprika. These are a colorful and flavorful twist on a classic party snack. Don't forget the power of sun-dried tomatoes in sauces. A sun-dried tomato cream sauce, made by blending sun-dried tomatoes with heavy cream, garlic, and Parmesan, is the perfect accompaniment for seafood dishes like shrimp or scallops, or as a decadent sauce for gnocchi. The creamy, tangy sauce clings beautifully to pasta or proteins, providing a luxurious finish. For a vegetarian main course, consider sun-dried tomato and mushroom risotto. Sauté arborio rice with onions and garlic, then slowly add vegetable broth, stirring constantly. Midway through cooking, stir in chopped sun-dried tomatoes and sautéed mushrooms. Finish with Parmesan cheese and a knob of butter for a creamy, satisfying dish that's bursting with earthy and tangy flavors. Sun-dried tomatoes can even elevate your homemade burgers. Add finely chopped sun-dried tomatoes, feta cheese, and fresh oregano to your ground beef or turkey mixture before grilling. The tomatoes add moisture and a punch of flavor that makes every bite memorable. Top with arugula and a swipe of aioli for a gourmet burger experience. For a quick and vibrant side, try a sun-dried tomato and asparagus sauté. Toss trimmed asparagus spears in olive oil, add chopped sun-dried tomatoes, and cook over medium heat until the asparagus is tender crisp and the tomatoes are warmed through. Finish with a sprinkle of lemon zest and a handful of toasted pine nuts. And finally, sun-dried tomatoes can transform even the most basic pantry staples. Stir them into plain rice or quinoa, add to omelets or frittatas, or blend into salad dressings for a tangy, savory boost. Their intense flavor means a little goes a long way, making them a cost-effective way to elevate your meals. Each of these recipes showcases the remarkable versatility and depth of flavor that sun-dried tomatoes offer. No longer relegated to the sidelines as a mere garnish, they take center stage, inspiring creativity in the kitchen and delighting taste buds with every bite. So the next time you spot a jar of sun-dried tomatoes in your pantry, remember, the possibilities are endless, and there's a world of unexpected delicious recipes just waiting to be discovered.